What's up, YouTube? Slingin Dirt Media in the shop with Daniel Dehner. We're going to try a dirty 30 minutes. Let's see if we can do that.
I think we got it.
You know, we really don't hold it that tight to 30 minutes. We say dirty 30 because it sounds good, but sometimes it's 26, sometimes it's 35. Hey. It's around that 30 mark.
Perfect. Roundabout.
Or like we like to say 30-ish.
30-ish?
30-ish. How old are you?
Perfect. I am 29 years old.
30-ish.
30-ish. No, don't say that. Nope, I am 29.
Yeah,
29.
Yeah, 29. And holding.
Yes, and holding. Not 30 quite yet.
So how old were you when you got your first race car?
First race car would have been 14 years old.
14 years old. Tell me about this experience.
All right. So North-South 100. The big party's Friday night, of course.
Absolutely. Pig roast and all. Yeah. The DJ. Yeah.
Dad party a little bit too hard.
Priorities, man.
Yep. So I had race carts from like 9 years old to 12 years old. Got out of it when I got serious with football and sports and everything.
Right.
We sold this stuff. So I had raced before, right?
You had the fundamentals down, the eye-hand coordination, gas brake.
Exactly. We won a few races with go-karts. Okay. So, you know, I felt confident getting out there.
Yeah, let's do this.
Yeah. So we get out there at 14. You know, I had driven it off the trailer onto the trailer, and that was pretty much the extent of my driving of a modified.
Mechanically, you knew what did what.
Exactly.
Okay, let's go for it.
Except for when you start to go out there and you cannot put it in direct drive and while you're holding the clutch. You can't do that.
Right.
So I learned that as Josh King is on the radio going, 00, you need to go or pull off the track. So, you know, I finally get it together, calm myself down. They throw the green flag. And this was, you know, these were still clamp cars at this time, I'm pretty sure. I don't think we were in
So this is a modified?
Yes, this is modified.
Okay.
Modified. 14 years old. And I go out there. They throw the green flag, and I'm like, oh, man, here we go. And they just leave me. Leave me. I'm talking 10 car lengths, leave me.
What the heck?
Yeah. So finally get on the gas, loop the bastard right there. Right in the front stretch with, I mean, they had already pulled me.
At the flag stand.
Yeah. At the flag stand.
Not in the corners, at the flag stand.
Yeah,
How
so
do you spin
I'm
out
like,
the flag stand?
You know, you let off the gas in those things, and I didn't know it.
Yeah.
It just goes, whoop, just turns.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that was a good lesson right there, learning my lesson. Learning the habit of spinning out. I've done that a few times. Everybody knows that.
Yeah.
But, yeah, spun that thing right there. So that was 14 years old. I think the next time I got in it was probably 15 years old. Exact same situation.
The next year.
Yeah, and then Dad finally quit drinking at the North-South. So
because of that?
No more. Yeah, well, yeah.
That'll do it. Huh?
That did it right there.
You know, I had a similar incident letting off. I could not figure when I went from the super dirt to the modified, and I would let off the gas, and man, that thing would unload, and it'd go this way, and it'd go that way, and I'm like, man, what am I doing wrong? I didn't know.
Yeah.
I didn't know that letting off the gas, and when that thing would come down, would do that. So your dad will know the name Mike Stacy. You might know.
I know that
Mike
name
Stacy.
from Super Dirt Days.
Yep, Super Dirt Day. And the 1S car, and so me
White
and Mike,
White and blue car, right?
Okay. So I think me and Mike just happened to be, I don't know if we were parked next to each other or we were standing at the fence, and man, I'm like scratching my head. I'm like, man, I can't figure this out. You know, he's like, what's the matter? I said, man, you know, I come off the corner and man, the thing goes this way and it goes that way, and I'm looking at the wall this way and I'm looking at the tires. I'm like, I can't figure what is going on. He said, are you letting off the gas? I'm like, well, I don't know, maybe. He said, well, try next time. Don't let off gas. Just stay in the gas. And it was smooth as silk. I'm like, son of a gun. That's all it was. I was letting off the gas.
I could have used that advice. I could have used that because I went out there a nervous wreck.
Didn't know. Yeah. So I was used to a leaf spring car. Then you get into a bar car, something that actually moves, and wow.
Yeah.
Learning curve.
You can't drive it like a go-kart.
No.
Trust me.
No.
It's not the same.
So you were in, was that a Pierce car?
Yes, that was a Pierce car at that time.
Okay, and this was roughly what year-ish?
Oh, man. 93, 2000, what would that be? 2007?
So, it'd been after that, I think. Dad
went
with the mods in 07, right? 07.
Yep.
So he raced for how many years in the mods before he give it up? Probably 4 or 5-ish?
Yeah.
I like that ish, man, because you don't have to be
around there, because
right.
we took a couple years off when the recession happened around 2008.
Right.
I don't know
Something
what year
like
that would have been. It would have been a few years after that. It might have been more like 2009, 2010,
9, 10.
something
Yeah,
like that.
yeah. That's when the economy was real bad.
Yeah.
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 Okay. Okay.
Because the car I was in was not that great either.
Really?
Yes. It had been bent a couple times, and
Right.
I think Dad just squeaked by and made the show that year, so I was starting on the tail anyways.
Right. Yeah.
I mean,
yeah,
I
yeah.
would have taken the tail, but
Yeah. Sometimes that's a good idea.
yeah.
So you've been in mod ever since.
Yes.
Done anything else, or just the mod?
Just a modified race. Like I said, race go-karts early, got out of it, played sports, went to college. I had to graduate college before start
stipulation.
racing.
Dad's rules gotta do well, gotta finish school and do well.
Yes,
You can't
yes.
just finish. You gotta do well.
No, I had to be on the honor roll.
Honor
so
roll. Yeah.
Graduated high school with 4.0 GPA.
Nice.
Still didn't get in the race car though. Then it changed. Then you got to go to college.
Now you gotta go to college.
Yeah,
Well, you
so-
didn't say that.
Yeah. Just the added stipulation. I think he just wanted to keep racing.
Yeah.
I can't blame him.
He wasn't ready to quit yet.
Yeah. He's like, well, now you got to go to college and get a good GPA.
Son of a gun.
Yeah.
So here we are.
Yep. Took over after that.
So, any aspirations? Is there anything else you want to drive? Are you happy with the mod? You want to stay in the mod?
Man, I can't afford late model.
Yeah,
I would love
who
to get in a
can?
late model, but
Right.
with the expense nowadays, I think modified's it. And I think
So,
you're
if there,
starting to
so
see.
if there was an option, or man, you would love to, but
Yeah.
for you guys to do it, this is where you guys are.
Yeah, this is where I got to be unless I step into something. I
Right.
would love to. Talked about building a sport mod a few times.
What do you think? What do you think about the sport mod class?
I love them. I love them as long as they keep them in check.
Yeah.
Right. And you can kind of see it where, it's racing, so people are innovating a little bit.
Yeah.
But as long as they keep it in check, I could see down the road the A mods merging with them. To be
Right.
honest, and kind of doing like an IMCA type deal.
Yeah.
But no, I love them.
I really feel like it's happening. We see the car counts big time dwindling. The race teams and the super late models, the stuff's just too expensive. So they're kind of putting themselves out of business. Now I feel like the modifieds are right behind those guys. They're doing the exact same thing. I mean, their racers are our own worst enemies. So it's like as those are getting more and more expensive, is like are those teams going to start dwindling? I mean, it's like, man, you look at a sport mod class and it's like, man, you can. Oh, there's 5 or 6 different guys that used to be modified drivers, had retired. Oh, now they got a car they can afford and come back.
Yeah,
and
they come
now
back.
they're racing.
And it doesn't require as much time either.
Sure. Yes.
So that's a big thing too, because not everybody can work a full-time job out of working a full-time
Right.
job.
People don't realize these are a full-time job.
Absolutely.
They
Absolutely.
don't
There's no
realize
doubt
the
about
time and energy and effort and nights away from families and that
Yes.
these things take.
it. Yep. You better have a good wife, I'll tell you that.
Oh yeah. Eric Shepard, he's one of those guys, retired, and then the sport mod, B mods, come back, and he's like, man, I love it. He's like, wash it, put it in the garage. He said, I don't have to do nothing to change the oil.
Yeah.
He said, his has still got an alternator on it. He said, I don't even have to put a battery charger on it.
Oh, man.
I'm like, how
I'm
easy
jealous.
is that?
I'm jealous.
Yeah. I feel like I remember when one of my race cars that I had an alternator. And when I finally got away from it and took it off, and like, oh man, now I feel like I got a real race car. I don't have a grocery getter now because it
Now I
don't
gotta
have an
charge the
alternator.
battery.
Right.
And then if you forget, you're screwed.
Oh. I'm not going to mention names, but I've seen a very big team that has ran traveling series at East Bay. Cars sit there for 3 days. The driver was MIA for a couple of days, whatever. So the guy finally shows up, ready to get in the car, starting like front row of his heat race. Haulers parked right across from the starting point right there at East Bay. Get his car up there. He goes to fire up and the battery's dead.
Click.
Yep, click, nothing. That's like, really?
Yeah. We've been close to it. Our biggest enemy is the winch battery.
Oh, yeah.
If we could remember to charge that thing.
Charge that one up?
Consistently, yes.
Yeah. Man, it's the little things.
Oh, it
People
is.
don't realize. Gosh.
Yep. Well, I mean, we spend a solid probably 12 to 16 hours during the week working on this thing. Probably more if you add in Sundays and Saturday mornings before we go in races. Probably even more than that, but we definitely average at least 12 hours. That's a minimum.
Yeah, that's probably light at that.
Yes. And then you're talking, I work 50, 55 hours a week.
So
that.
Do you work for Dad or do you work somewhere else?
Heck no, I don't do flooring. No. I did it every summer from elementary school all the way through
Right.
high school into college, and I said, yeah, I'm not doing flooring.
I am not a flooring guy.
Nope, that's not me at all. At all. So no, I'm an engineering supervisor for Harris Products Group up in Mason, Ohio.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
So what is it like the big thing? What do you guys do? Is there anything there that we would recognize or could relate to?
So we're actually owned by Lincoln Electric.
Okay.
And we make all the brazing materials and solder materials. So, you know, all of your piping for HVAC, hot water tanks, anything like that. We sell all the brazing for manufacturing those things.
Yeah.
We sell to all the HVAC OEMs. I mean, we are Lincoln's brazing and soldering division.
Right.
Yeah.
So you live down here in Florence, drive to Mason.
Yep.
What's on the radio? What do you got playing on the radio? You got
man. So if it's not like Zach Bryan or Tyler Childers or something like that, I'm listening to, you know, Rogan podcast or Dale Jr. Download or something like that.
There's some Slingin Dirt. I mean,
yeah,
you
Slingin Dirt too.
know?
You got to throw that on, you know, when
Right,
the new episode comes on.
Yeah. So I like to get some of these background stories just because we really want to connect the people watching, the fans. Who's the driver? Who's the guy who drives the 41 car? You know, what's this guy like? What's he do for a living?
Yeah.
What kind of food's he like? Is he a Gold Star? Is he a Skyline guy?
So I try to eat pretty clean. You know, my mom is from Southern Kentucky, Central Kentucky.
Right.
So Dad loves Gold Star. You know, but yeah, I know, but so
we're out of here.
Dad's a Gold Star. Don't turn it off. Don't turn it off. But I mean, I prefer Southern style chili over that watery stuff.
Yeah. I've always said I'm more of a chili. If I want chili, I want it in a bowl. I want to eat it with like a bowl of chili,
thick,
cheese and crackers
and meat.
Yeah, that's my chili.
Yeah, not chocolate milk consistency.
It's a chili sauce is what I call it.
Yeah.
Now I will say I do like Skyline, but you know here's what I've noticed. It depends on what I'm getting. If I'm getting chili cheese fries, I'm going to Gold Star.
Yes.
If I'm getting cheese conies, I'm probably going to Skyline.
Yeah, I agree with that because I like their hot sauce better.
Yeah.
So, and they have the chilito. So, you know,
the chilito's
Skyline,
pretty good, man. I just had that. It's pretty.
That's my go-to. 2 conies and a chilito. So.
Right. Now, is it fair to ask you what's your favorite pizza?
Ooh, snappy tomato pizza.
Yeah, there we go.
Gotta
throw that snappy tomato in there.
Yes,
Absolutely.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm getting. What do you got? What's going on over there? Oh man! Now I gotta check text messages while
we checking phones on?
Yeah, man. Oh yeah, that's a great question. Hey, this is good. Who's your favorite NASCAR driver?
Ooh, I mean, I cheer for Kyle Larson now.
Yeah,
because
my boy.
I feel like out of all the NASCAR drivers right now, and some people may not agree, I feel like talent-wise and working his way up through there, he actually, you know, he deserves to be there.
Sure.
Right, all time. I watched Dale Earnhardt, and we have a ton of Dale Earnhardt stuff at the house. You got to the Intimidator.
Yeah.
You know, the funny thing is, as soon as we designed this guy, if you look at it, it's pretty damn close to a Dale Earnhardt design.
It's pretty close.
With the black and gray.
If you took out that purple.
Yep, you take the purple out.
Take the purple
and you put a white number on this
thing.
thing.
Intimidator right there.
Yep, that is a Dale Earnhardt.
Have you or did you see any of the documentary or any of the story of Kyle Larson?
I have not.
So here, interesting thing, and here's one of the reasons why I'm a huge Kyle Larson fan. He raced go-karts. Dad sat down and fact checked this. It's out there. Dad said, "Hey, we're go-karts. That's our budget." He said, "We can race forever as long as that's what our budget is." He said, "Anything you want to do above and beyond," he said, "your talent's going to have to take you there."
And it did.
And man, look where the guy is
and
now.
It did.
I mean, he's got to ride anytime he wants.
Anytime, and it's the best of the best equipment that he's able to get into.
And wins in everything.
Yes.
Wins in everything, yeah.
And you know, the crazy part is, and I don't know what it is about it. Some drivers have it, some drivers don't.
Yep.
You know, he can just feel a car. It's the craziest thing I've ever seen. For him to go out and, you know, pull quickest time at a Lucas Oil event in a dirt late model.
Right.
And break track records. That is insane.
This guy's got something going on. Yeah, he knows what he's doing.
Absolutely.
So another question I always like to, and I've probably gotten away from it a little bit, but we do locally like to talk about like our 3 tracks, local tracks. Lawrenceburg, Florence, Moeller.
Yes.
So going off of those, I mean, you probably what? You're predominantly a Florence guy
Yeah, predominantly. We like to venture out when we can.
when you can.
When diesel's not $6 a gallon.
Ain't that
yeah.
the truth?
Yes.
So give me, and I don't care what class, if it's mixture of classes, or give me your Mount Rushmore drivers from Florence Speedway.
Oh, we got to put Dan the Dude Dehner at the top of it.
And it, you know, yes, you do. But I almost sometimes I like to ask guys who's got a family member, like when I asked Austin Lay, I said, all right, take Dad out of the equation.
Yep,
Obviously,
out of the equation.
Dad's on the list. Take
Yeah.
Dad off. Take Dad off the list.
Okay.
Give me your
So
give me your
take 'em off.
Mount Rushmore.
Man, you got to put, Josh and James Rice are wheelmen. But Jerry Rice back in the day
Back
with
in the
that
day.
white, and purple's my favorite color.
The 1B.
That
The
1B
car.
Brooks
Yeah,
Electric
yeah.
white and purple car was just badass.
Yeah.
So Jerry Rice, and I think they were actually rivals at one time, but Audie McWilliams, the wheelman.
Audie's a wheelman.
And then, I think if you're not from around this area and you don't have Jason Jameson up there.
Yeah.
Because he was top
Jason,
of the line.
he's one of those guys that came down from Super Dirt.
He raced with Dad? I
Yes.
think him and Dad
Same.
fought once.
Probably.
But
Oh,
yeah,
that's awesome.
those three guys, and then when you're talking those late model guys, and I'm sure 10 years from now, I think I'm older than him, but Josh Rice, I mean that dude is he's
Man.
a wheelman. He's a
God,
wheelman.
that kid can drive.
Yes,
And-
absolutely.
And I do get, and I see a lot of people, they man, they're like, oh yeah, he's got to be against the wall or top. Man, he's won races from the bottom. Maybe not at Florence, but he has won races from the bottom.
He has, and if it's not broke, don't fix it.
Sure.
Right? And he can win the races at Florence against top of the line of competition on the wall. Why the hell
Right.
would he come down?
Right.
I wouldn't.
Yeah.
I wouldn't do it.
Yeah.
You give me a bottom groove, I'm gonna burn your ass on it.
Right. Yeah, he's definitely got the Florence playground figured out.
Oh, absolutely.
Knows what he's doing there. Yeah. So do you have any big races that you enjoy going to? If you're not driving, that's another question.
Yeah.
Are you a race fan? If you're not racing, do you still go and watch? I've got friends that's like, if they're not racing, they're like, no, I can't go watch. I'm like, well, why not? Like, I got to be in the car. I'm like, I'm still a race fan. I want to go watch the races, drink some beer, and hang out.
So it hurts a little bit more when you go without your car. Obviously, you're like, oh man, I want my car here. But
Yeah.
I love to go racing. I mean, so now that we're trying to race so much and I'm at the garage so much, if I'm not racing, I'm doing the family thing.
Sure.
9 times out of 10. Now, my brother and I went racing a few weeks back because we didn't have a race car. So we went and ventured out. But yeah, I mean, North-South 100, love going to that one. I love racing it now. It's always been fun. Those shows like that. Racing wise, we always have a guys trip that we go out to Illinois and race against the top guys at Fairbury and Spoon River.
Yeah.
So I love that trip.
That's
I'm terrible at Fairbury, but I love that trip.
Love it, huh? Yeah. I get my one vacation a year that I get to go and watch and not have to work is Eldora. I get to go to the world. That's my relax time. That's my unwind time.
Yeah, so crazy thing about me, and we're actually going to break this year.
Oh, yeah?
I've never been to a Crown Jewel at Eldora.
Really?
I've been to the Johnny Appleseed because Dad raced there. But usually, while I was growing up, I either had football or some type of sport these major weekends, or we were out racing somewhere at some podunk track in Indiana or something. So I've honestly never been to the Dream or the World. I went to the Prelude to the Dream, but I've never been to the Dream. But I think we're going to go to the World this year, me and Dad at least. So got to knock that off the bucket list. Right?
Yeah. Man, it's one of those occasions like I've always been so busy, with our 3 local tracks. Some way, shape, or form, I'm either looking at race cars or parking campers or doing something. It's like, that's the one time I get to go and I don't have to work.
Right.
And I hope I never get.
It's actually relaxing time.
It is, and I hope I don't ever get asked to work there because I'd find that hard to turn down. But I just like being able to go and relax and just hang out with my friends and drink the beer and eat the wings.
I've heard it's a great time.
Oh man, it's a blast.
Yeah.
One of my camera guy over here, I'm trying to get him to go camping at North South because he's never camped at the North South.
Yeah.
I don't even know I think he's been there before.
I feel like that's a bucket list.
It's
something
you gotta
as
go
a
and
racer
check
you
this
have
out.
to go to the
Yeah,
North-South
yeah.
100 and check it out. I mean, the track's always top notch. Josh does a hell of a job. And it's always packed to the damn brim too.
Yeah, yeah. I'm looking forward to this year. I'm going to drive the Rick Schwally. I'm going to drive him nuts with my drone because he's not a drone guy. And now,
No.
like at the end, I can actually get some good drone shots.
Yeah.
I may not do it during the races or whatever, but he's going to see it and know it's there.
Just got to push it a little bit.
Yeah, just a little bit. Just don't worry about it. We're not airing anything. We're just getting footage.
Yeah, no big deal.
Right, no big deal. So what's next? What's next for you? Finish out the year and
Finish out
regroup?
the year, regroup. Maybe I don't know. I don't know if I'll powder coat this chassis or not. It looks damn pretty.
right.
Finish.
Just clear it. Just clear it.
And we might. I have the clear coat because we were supposed to clear this one, but I ran out of time.
Ran
on
out
it.
of time.
And,
Clear had to go.
Yeah. I mean, if we had clear coated this thing, I really don't know if we would have been able to make it Saturday night.
Right.
I think it would have delayed us
dry
too
time
much,
and everything.
then the dry
Yeah,
time,
sure.
and then, it just. And then I'm a perfectionist too.
Yeah.
So on top of that, if it wasn't right, then I've been spraying it and touching it up Friday morning while we're trying to work on it.
Right,
And,
right.
It was best not to. Right?
Yeah.
Regroup. I want to run a bigger schedule next year. I've already
Okay.
talked to Dad about it and Snappy Tomato. We wanted to run a big schedule this year.
Okay.
We went
Sure.
and won that race, and then, we had a bunch of rainouts. We had a family event that, I really couldn't back out of. And
Right,
some
right.
other things came up, and, we've only raced 7 times this year.
Really?
That's it.
So we're well into the halfway point.
Exactly.
Of the season.
Exactly. And, and if you look on the schedule, Florence only has 5 races left.
Right.
So by the end of this year, we're talking max 20 races I'm probably going to be able to get out of this thing.
Right.
So next
And with
year,
your full-time work schedule, that probably doesn't free you up much for Friday night racing, does it?
It doesn't. And, just the time. Because a lot of times, my brother and Ernie help out a ton.
Yeah.
This car wouldn't be sitting here right now without them. But a lot of time, like on race day, it's me and Dad getting it ready.
Right.
So then if we race Friday night, and if I tear this thing up, man,
It's gonna make Saturday.
We're thrashing on Saturday, and it's not even enjoyable. Yeah, not fun.
Not fun. Who's bringing the donuts?
Yeah. So, Friday is tough. We always try to make it to Moeller at least a few times a year. I'm pretty damn good there.
Yeah.
Should have a few wins there, but
I feel like that's where we had our last conversation. Was in Moeller.
it is.
Yeah.
It is. I finished 5th that night,
Yeah.
and honestly, I was running 2nd and looped it again.
When you gonna quit walking on that thing?
Oh, I don't know. It seems kind of fun sometimes. I just like to drive it in a little bit too hard.
Right. And that's one of those places you got to drive it in hard.
You do.
You drive it in way harder there than you do Florence.
Absolutely.
I learned that one.
So then you go to Florence the next night, and then you
Whoops.
drive it in that hard. Yeah, that's when you see me spin.
It don't work. Oh, man. So finish out this year. Just try to get as many races as you can.
Yep, exactly. Seat time.
Seat time.
Like I said, I don't have a lot of it.
Right.
And we're racing against guys that have been racing for 15 years.
Yeah,
Even
yeah.
Trent Green. I'm the same age as Trent.
Yep.
But he's tripled the amount of laps that
Sure.
I've been able to put down. So, we're trying to be as competitive as possible. We've made some great strides.
Right.
Without my sponsors, I wouldn't be here. Without Snappy Tomato, but as a driver, I'm making, I think, pretty good strides. We improved a ton last year.
Yeah. When I finally decided it was time for me to get out of the car, it was just I couldn't be there every single week.
Mm-hmm.
It was like an every other week thing. I could go race it, and it's like, man, you miss too much not doing it regularly, even if it's just one night a week. I'm racing against guys that are doing it twice a week on the minimum, and it's like, man, these guys they're on it, and it's like, man, it takes me a half a lap. If it takes me a half a lap to recoup, get back where I was, man, they're already a half a lap ahead of me. It's
Yeah.
gosh,
And they're not knocking the rust off either.
Right.
From week to week. And a lot of people, popular subject right now, Nick Hoffman.
Yep.
The guy's just killing it.
Killing it.
He's beating the brakes off of people.
Yep.
But if you look at how many races the guy
Sure.
races, of course he's going to be good. He's
Yeah.
got his stuff dialed in. Now,
Yeah.
is he pushing the rule book a little bit? Depends on who you ask.
Maybe.
But at the end of the day, it doesn't matter.
Right.
If they're not catching him, he's not cheating.
That's
Not
your
my
bottom
book.
line. That's the bottom line.
Yeah.
If you're getting away with it, you're good.
That's racing.
That's racing.
That's what racing was built on from the Moonshiners.
Yeah.
Right? They were breaking rules from the beginning, and then they
Right.
tried to put rules, and the old NASCAR guys on Dale Jr. Download are starting to talk about it more and more.
Yeah.
You push the rules in racing.
Sure.
Now, I'm sure he's doing it.
Yeah.
but
I want to
top notch.
hear some of your dad's stories. How some of the rules. What did he get by with? Back in the day.
Oh man, he's got we got some cool ones at the house. He's in our basement. He has all of his old roofs and doors lined up, and we pushed the rules with carburetors when they told us you can only run a 2-barrel. So we went out and found a boat, one for a boat. It was a big old Rochester.
Yeah,
and did good with that. And then we did some stuff with bodies where we had and he'll probably want to talk about this one, but he had a upside down airplane wing as a roof in the Super Dirt.
Yeah.
And that's when he won a lot of his races in that damn Super Dirt. And it worked great until he flipped.
It didn't work then.
No, it worked how you don't want it to. And it took him straight, higher than the damn flag stand.
Really?
Yeah. So, that was some great engineering there. And, little stuff like that here and there. We'd push the boundaries as much as we possibly could.
Sure. Well, I'm looking forward to that. I think that's going to be one. Me and your dad definitely had some laps together, some lap time together, and just getting to swap some of those stories and stuff. I think it's going to be good. I'm looking forward to it.
Oh, it should be a good one. I know that he's got some stories for sure.
We'll see how true they are. They're stories.
Yes, they're stories.
Yeah. So what else you got? We've talked about Snappy. Who else you got on the car we need to mention?
So super important. All About Floors. Without All About Floors, and that's mom and dad's flooring business. Shout out, if you need flooring, All About Floors.
All About Floors.
Weaver Road off in Florence, Kentucky, but they're a huge sponsor for me. I wouldn't be here without them. I wouldn't be here without Snappy. You can see them right there. All About Floors, mom and dad's pop shop, opened up in 2001. Then we got Total Green Landscaping. They've been with us since the beginning. With me anyways. So. You got Platinum Partners with Kyle Art, so he's been with me since I've started racing.
Right.
We've actually picked up some new ones this year. We got Motors Brew, Meter Perfect. We actually partnered up with a foundation to help some children going through some terminal illnesses, which is Lester's Feet. Teamed up with them. I feel like I'm forgetting one or two. Baldwin Race Engines, they great people over in Missouri, love dealing with them. T3 truck repair and trailer repair, just picked them up. They helped us get this
Jimmy
car.
Smith.
Yep.
Yeah.
So
good dude.
I conned him into it when we were trying to look for sponsors to help build this thing. And was actually able to pick up another sponsor there. But that's one thing I take pride in is being able to get sponsors, keep them, actually give them a return on investment.
Sure. I think me and Jimmy actually had a conversation just before we went to Vegas. So
really?
I'm looking forward to see him come back and see if we work that deal out. I think there's some interest there. So
awesome.
Yeah. Hope that works out.
Yeah.
All right. So you got the sponsors all named, and we talked about your crew.
Yes.
Dad.
That's a big one.
Brother.
My brother. Yep. Ernie. Big Ern.
I know he wanted to see that. He wanted this episode to happen for a long time too. And I'm like, man, I'm trying. It's just all about the schedules, man.
Yeah. Ernie's my guy. Ernie's my guy. Ernie's been around since I was in diapers. Helping Dad race. And when it comes to that, Trent. That's my best buddy. But he moved to Florida. Damn you, Trent.
Damn it, Trent.
Yeah, lost a lot of help there.
Dude,
but
why does people want to live in Florida? I can't figure that out.
I don't know. It's hot enough here.
It's hot enough here.
No way. I'm stressing about racing Saturday.
My wife, she's one of those people. She would, if I said, "All right, babe, let's go," she was like, I said, "Well, I'll meet you there. Let's go." She's like right now. I'm like,
nope. If anywhere, send me to like Montana or Wyoming or something where.
Yeah.
Those pretty mountains.
I come to the realization that I should have grew up in probably Mooresville, North Carolina.
That would be a place.
Yeah, that's probably one of the things I would move to there maybe.
Oh yeah, I've applied for a couple jobs there. As
Don't
an
think I
as an
haven't thought
engineer,
about it.
I've definitely applied. They didn't call. I'm still waiting.
Yeah, we're still waiting. Phones.
Anytime now.
Yeah, it's still there. Cool. Well, Daniel, I'll tell you what. I think we're going to go ahead and wrap up Checkered Flag this episode. Slingin Dirt Media. I feel like this has been a good one. We've gotten into some good stuff, covered some good stuff, and gotten to know who you are outside the car too. And that's what it's all about.
Oh, definitely. I appreciate it.
Oh, absolutely. Glad to be able to do it. And then just hope things work out and hope we get to continue doing it. Thank all of our sponsors. Make sure you check them all out whenever you get a chance. So we appreciate you tuning in and watching us, and we'll see Daniel at the track this week.
At the track this week, and then hopefully I'm back on here after I win, about 10 more races.
Then you'll get to come talk to me in Victory Lane at Florence Speedway.
Exactly. Maybe this weekend.
Because now I'm doing the post-race interviews and stuff.
Oh, breaking news,
Yeah,
breaking news.
Boy. That's right. So have fun. You guys be good, and we'll see you next week, and we'll see you at the racetrack. Thanks.